Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 90.7 The Pulse Grantham Mechanicsburg as we bring you Messiah University baseball action, a big conference matchup this afternoon between the Falcons of Messiah University and the Spartans of York College. This game being rescheduled, initially scheduled to play yesterday. However, the brutal weather yesterday forces it to this afternoon, and we got much better weather this afternoon as warm-ups are underway. I'm PJ Riddell, joined by Caleb Cugin to bring you all the action this afternoon for Messiah University baseball. What are we looking at this afternoon, Caleb?
Well, we're looking at a great game here, PJ. One thing to note is Messiah played York 5 times last year. They have not faced off against them yet this year. Take a guess at how many wins they had against York last year.
Well, I suppose I'm cheating if I tell you what it actually was since you told me earlier, but I'm going to go with none.
Yeah, they had no wins against York last season. Now, this is definitely a different Messiah baseball team than last year. So they're definitely looking for a little bit of revenge this year, not only on York, but this entire season.
Yeah, certainly a much better looking season for the Falcons. Falcons sitting at a 17-14 record on the season to go alongside with a 7-3 conference record. As for the Spartans, they're 5-3 in the conference and 14-14 on the season overall. So the Falcons looking much better than they have in past seasons, looking for their first winning season since 2016 under the first-year head coach Phil Schallenberger and his staff, and the current roster. As starting pitcher for the Falcons, J.J. Zirkle is towing the rubber, and we are just about underway here this afternoon from the beautiful Starry Field in Grantham.
Yeah, J.J. Zirkle, freshman pitcher. Hasn't gotten to see too much action this year, but pretty good.
And the first pitch from Zirkle is in there for strike one, and we are underway. Leading off for the Spartans is Elzinga, their center fielder, batting .375 on the season so far. And second pitch from Zirkle is down and in low, so a 1-1 count here to Elzinga for the Spartans to lead off this afternoon's matchup. And the 1-1 from Zirkle is fouled off back into the netting. So a 1-2 count here as Zirkle works ahead of his first batter of the afternoon.
Good pitch by Zirkle, going a little bit high and inside, forcing that foul tip. Get him ahead in the count.
And so ahead in the count is Zirkle. The 1-2 is fouled off. The mask of Falcons catcher Dustin Eisenagel, having a nice freshman campaign, is Eisenagel.
Elzinga doing exactly what he's supposed to there as a batter. A good pitch, maybe not his perfect pitch he was looking for, but that's all right because he fouls it off and keeps himself alive to maybe see a better pitch.
There's hardly anything more frustrating for a pitcher than a 1-2 foul ball. And the 1-2 pitch again here by Zirkle, again fouled off by Elzinga back up behind the York dugout, up onto the berm. So Elzinga stays alive, trying to be a leadoff pest here for Zirkle and the Falcons. So the 1-2 again for the third time from Zirkle, and that ball in the dirt blocked by Eisenagel makes it a 2-2 count.
That's not a terrible pitch if you're Zirkle there. After fouling off 3 in a row, maybe give him one that he can chase and make it harder for him to foul off.
Changing the eyesight is Zirkle, and the 2-2 just below the knees, so he works a full count, does Elzinga.
This has been a great at-bat for Elzinga. This is exactly what you want to do as a leadoff hitter.
Textbook leadoff here for Elzinga. So the 3-2 pitch from Zirkle is swung on, driven right side, knocked down by Ammons at first, and he makes the play himself. So put out there by Ammons, takes it himself, and we have one away here. So now stepping up for the Spartans with one out is Denlinger.
Denlinger is a dangerous hitter for York. I mean, batting .375 just like Elzinga. Falcons got to watch out here with him.
And the first pitch to Denlinger is driven up in the air down the right field line. It looks like it'll stay fair. Drifting under it, there was Wagaman, and he puts it away. So a much quicker out there for Denlinger.
That's exactly how you want to come back from for a long at bat like that one before. One pitch, pop fly to right field for the quick put out.
So Zirkle takes care of Denlinger, one of the most dangerous hitters in this lineup, and now he faces Capobianco, and the first pitch to Capobianco is in there for strike one.
Capabianco, also a great hitter, batting .369. He leads the team with a 1.12 OPS, which is pretty elite.
The 0-1 in the dirt there to Denlinger makes it a 1-1 count. Denlinger, one of the most dangerous hitters, as we mentioned. Excuse me, Capabianco. On to Capabianco here. Second baseman. The 1-1 pitch is in there for strike two, so it's 1-2 now, as Zirkle looking to make for two quick at-bats after that first one dragged out.
Zirkle painting the corners there, right outside pitch.
And the 1-2 here from Zirkle. Swung on and hopped to the shortstop and over to first for the out. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Falcons and J.J. Zirkle, as that one was grounded on one hop to shortstop Jarrett Gordon for the Falcons on the way over to Ammons. And he makes quick work of the Spartans in the first inning. So a good start for J.J. Zirkle and the Falcons defensively. So now it'll be the Falcons stepping up to the plate here, following the warm-ups from starting pitcher for York College, Zach Reed.
Yeah, Zach Reed, record-wise, not too bad, 3-2. Definitely struggling with that ERA up in the mid-sixes. Not great for him. Gotten a lot of experience under his belt, though, this year with 44 innings pitched to go along with 35 strikeouts and only 8 walks. Definitely a better pitcher than his ERA says.
Yeah, he's going to need everything that he's got against a lineup like the Falcons. One of the interesting things to note as we look at the lineup for the Falcons, there are only 2 Falcon batters that have a batting average below 300. And even those are still high 200s. So there's no free outs in this lineup.
No, the Falcons do a really great job at just keeping long at-bats. Like Coach Schallenberger said to us, something they pride themselves in is being able to eat up pitch counts, find ways on base, and something else he mentioned was stealing bases. And this team steals the bases very well. Hard to beat a team that just gets on base easily, steals, and puts runners into scoring position without having to have gapper doubles or triples or even home runs.
A strong lineup for the Falcons, and leading off will be number 26, second baseman for the Falcons, Reed Wagner, batting .308 on the season, one of the above 300 batters for this Falcons team.
Yeah, Wagner does a great job in that leadoff spot. Batting .308, yeah, it's not the best on the team, still really good. He leads the team in runs and walks, stolen bases, and hit by pitches. So he's definitely doing his job as the leadoff man, getting on base and then stealing those bases, getting ready for those other guys in the lineup to hit them in.
Wagner's one of those guys that Coach Schallenberger was talking about that when he came in was actually more of a platoon guy at second base, but he's been the everyday second baseman for the Falcons so far this season, and it's paying off for him at the plate and in the field. So waiting the first pitch here from Reed, the wind-up and the fire, and that one is in there for a first pitch strike for Zach Reed of the Spartans, and Wagner now with an 0-1 count. Quick pace here for Reed. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off well up over the netting and into the woods here at Starter Field. So it's a quick 0-2 hole that Reed Wagner will find himself in here in the leadoff, as Zach Reed trying to make quick work. And the 0-2 pitch is high and away. Wagner takes, and that's ball one. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, if you're Wagner, you're not expecting anything too great here down in the count like this.
Zach Reed, the 1-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Wagner shuffles out of the way of that one. So a 2-2 count now here.
Good discipline by Wagner here, not trying to help Reed out in any way with these bad pitches. Now he's getting himself in a more comfortable count.
The count being 2-2. And the pitch is swung on and missed by Wagner. So Wagner goes down swinging, and there's one away here for the Spartans. So relatively quick work there for Reed. That's a good start for Zach Reed, I should clarify. A little confusing there with Reed Wagner and Zach Reed. So now stepping up to the plate for the Falcons is Dustin Eisenagel. catcher for the Falcons. Not often you see a catcher batting second in the lineup, but Eisenagel has earned his spot as he takes the first pitch down and away. 1-0 the count.
As you said, Eisenagel has definitely earned his spot, batting .337 right now. Something else to note, he's only struck out 11 times in his 95 at-bats. Coach Schallenberger's got to be happy with that.
And that ball driven into the gap in right center. Diving to make the play, though, is right fielder Santarpia, and he'll make the play as the train makes its way past, of course, making our job just a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great play right there in the right field. I mean, sliding to get under the ball, get better position. I mean, he's definitely stole a hit away from Eisenagel there. I mean, we all thought that was dropping.
Yeah, it looked like it'd be one of those no man's land kind of shots. And so 2 away, now Casey Karras stepping up to the plate for the Falcons. And he swings at the first pitch, fouls it back, and that's just past the York dugout. Casey Karras hit a big milestone in his last game.
Yeah, that's right. He got his 100th career hit for the Falcons. Definitely one of the strongest players on this team, especially at the plate.
And the 0-1 pitch here to Karras is high, so he'll take a 1-1 the count.
Karras is leading the team in average with a 383 average. He also leads the teams in doubles, triples, home runs, hits, and RBIs. So, jack of all trades there at the plate.
And he holds on the 1-1 pitch. It's high again. Looked like an off-speed pitch there that didn't fall. So 2-1 account here for Karras. And if you're Reed, you got to be very careful with Karras at the plate here, even with 2 outs.
Yeah, definitely can hurt you in a lot of different ways.
The 2-1 is swung on, sounded like a foul tip. And so it'll be 2-2 to Casey Karras. Karras, part of the offensive powerhouse here for the Falcons. But Karras, also one of the many seniors on this team. And he's going out of his college career for certain with a strong campaign, as he fouls that one back up, and it'll get just past the net, so no play. Just past the dugout, excuse me.
Yeah, that pitch was a little bit high. That was a great job there by Karras to just foul that one off. Probably would have been called a strike had he not swung, but wasn't his pitch. Just foul it off and wait for the next one.
So it remains a 2-2 count here for Karras. And the pitch from Reed is swung on, but picked off quickly by first baseman Barry for the Spartans. So 1-2-3 go the Falcons here in the first. So after the first inning of action, it's still 0-0, no hits, no runs, no walks, nothing. Nobody on the base paths yet for either team here as we move on to the second inning.